Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay Perez, your friendly neighborhood beauty enthusiast. Today I'm going to be talking to you about all things exfoliation, why it's important, why you need to do it, and products you can use. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Alright, let's dive into exfoliating. When you think of exfoliation, you probably think of grittiness that you put on your face to get rid of dirt, makeup, oil, all those things, excess skin cells, all of it. And that is what exfoliating is. However, not just our face needs exfoliated. We need to be exfoliating our full body. So I'm going to explain to you how and show you a few products that you can use. So let's start with the top of our head. Most people don't think about your scalp as your skin, but it absolutely is. And just like your face, your scalp can get built up with products. So what are those products and how do we exfoliate our scalp? So if you are not washing your hair every day, which you shouldn't be, you should only wash your hair every 2 to 4 days, just depending on your hair type, texture. There's a lot that goes into it. You don't want to wash your hair every day. The reason being is that if you're washing your hair every single day, because it gets oily, that tells your body, hey, my scalp is dry, I need to produce more oil because it's getting stripped out of me every single day. So I'm going to produce more oil so that it makes up for the oil that I'm getting shampooed out of me, right? So if you're washing your hair every single day, it's going to create over oil production, or if your scalp is naturally dry, it could do the opposite. It could dry your scalp out. Either way, you don't want to shampoo every single day. Even every other day is better than nothing. You also don't want to only shampoo your hair every 7 to 10 to 15 days. This kind of became a trend for a while, and not a good one. It kind of became a competition of who can go the longest without washing their hair, and that's not what we want to do. That's not good for your scalp. It's not healthy for your head. Don't do that. So every 2 to 4 days is what I like to say. You can stretch it to 5 or 6 sometimes, or you can wash it every other day, and that's okay too. Just find what works best for you and your hair type. So if you're not washing your hair every day, which you shouldn't be, you might be using dry shampoo. You guys know I love dry shampoo. I use it so much. So dry shampoo can build up on your scalp, absolutely. Now there are, professional versus drugstore products. Professional products have better ingredients that don't build up into that pore necessarily as much. However, it's still gonna build up. Hairspray, dry shampoo, waxes, anything you put on your hair or your scalp is gonna clog those pores eventually. If you are using products with high amounts of silicone, that will also clog that hair follicle and create hair loss over time. Because what happens is, that hair follicle, one hair grows out of every follicle. So if you're putting silicones on your hair, it's gonna kind of push that down, and it's gonna layer on top of it. And that silicone is gonna keep getting in there until that follicle is all the way down and there's silicone filled up. So then that hair can't grow out because there's silicone sitting on top of it. So then it can no longer poke through. It's gonna create hair loss long term, right? So we wanna avoid silicones anyways, but even if you are avoiding silicones, you're still gonna get buildup on your scalp is my point. So let's jump into that. How do you exfoliate your scalp? So you guys have probably seen these brushes all over the place. I love these. There's this little, handle here so that you can put your finger in there. And then this is silicone. So there are these little silicone spikies. If you use this on dry hair, it's gonna hurt. Silicone does not go on dry hair. It's gonna kind of rip your hair out, right? So these are amazing for in the shower. You put your shampoo on here, or you can put your shampoo on your scalp, and then you can rub your scalp around that way. Again, I'm not gonna do it now because my hair is dry and it will hurt. But when your hair is wet, this moves through your hair freely. When it's dry, it does not. So these are awesome. You can get them on Amazon. I'll link them below here too. These are great for really emulsifying that shampoo into your scalp, especially if you have a lot of hair, if you have long hair, if you have curly hair, but anybody can use these, absolutely. So before you even get in the shower, let's talk about how you can exfoliate your scalp. So this little brush here, it looks just like, I don't know if you can see it very well. It looks like a normal brush essentially, and you can brush your hair with it. But it's got these little, spikes on it. This is just plastic, but it's hard plastic. It's not soft silicone, okay? So these are more bendable. And these are kind of hollow, so they're easy to just maneuver. This is more stiff. So this is a scalp brush. So before you even get into the shower, before you wash your hair, you can section out your hair and put this on your head and spin in circles. And you just do this through your entire head, and this is going to remove buildup on your scalp. You can kind of rub back and forth. It feels so nice, you guys. So if you have dry scalp, oily scalp, whatever, anybody can do this. And this is just helping awaken that follicle, and it's helping remove the buildup out of that follicle. So you can do that every time you wash your hair. You don't have to, especially if you're using one of these in the shower, but you can absolutely use these together. This one's dry, this one's wet, easy as that. I haven't been able to find these on Amazon. I can get them from my supplier through the salon, so if you want one, let me know and I can order you one. But honestly, like any brush will probably do it. Just something to kind of get the grit into your scalp. So next we're going to move on to products you can use on your scalp. This is my favorite. My clients love it. This is the Amika Reset Pink Charcoal Pre-Cleansing Oil. So what this is you use it on dry hair. So I jump in the shower. I don't do it outside the shower, but I jump into the shower, and then this has this little nozzle on it. So this comes off and it's got this nozzle, and then you just run it through. I'm going to put the nozzle on because I'm not doing it right now. So then you run it through like this while squeezing so that the product comes out and it gets fully on your scalp. And then you can use this, but again, your hair's still dry at this point. This is gonna wet it just a little bit, but I would recommend your fingers. So then you go in with your hands like this, and you really work this into your scalp, and this is gonna remove all that buildup off your scalp. So you just go in like this, go underneath this way, go behind your ears, work up. So I'm always working up with this. Always working kind of up and back, and then through the back here, you want to make sure you got that crown. So then I kind of section out my hair and work up this way. So you emulsify that in, you shampoo with your little silicone brush, shampoo it out, and then you condition just your ends. A lot of people don't know that. Shampoo your root, condition your ends. You don't need to put shampoo right here. Don't do it. Shampoo the root, condition the ends. That's going to help everything. Okay, so that is scalp exfoliation. Maybe I should have broke this down into 3 different videos, but the rest is easier, I promise. So exfoliate your scalp. If you want to try the Amika, you can get it at Ulta, but also I sell this out of my salon. Feel free to message me and I can get you one. Now we're going to talk about our face. This is something you guys are probably more familiar with because you should be exfoliating your face 1 to 2 times a week. Are you? Are you? Okay, so we're going to talk about physical exfoliators and chemical exfoliators. So physical exfoliator is probably what you think about when you think about exfoliators. So I don't know if I'll be able to show you this. Probably not, no. So this is what we call a physical exfoliator. It's got little beads in it. It feels gritty, and it kind of feels almost like sugar. You can feel that grit. It's not super, super fine, but you can feel it. It's kind of got an oil texture to it, but it's got that grit to it. You wash that off. You're not supposed to keep that on your hands. So this is going to be removing dead skin cells. It's going to remove buildup. You need this. You need an exfoliator, a physical exfoliator. This is the fresh sugar strawberry exfoliating face wash. You don't want to use this every single day. It will dry your skin out. You only want to exfoliate, again, 1 to 2 times a week. So you can use this one morning or night. This one is super gentle. I get it at Sephora. It's really not abrasive. So there are little beads in it, but also that's something I want to talk about too, is with exfoliators, sometimes, like, I'm throwing St. Ives under the bus. You guys, St. Ives, those little seeds, those little beads in there, they are too harsh for your skin. They're way too harsh. If you're using something that's really abrasive and really aggressive like that on your face, it's going to create what's called micro tears. And over time, it's going to create scarring. It's going to create more damage to your skin than it is good. And St. Ives is notorious for being way too rough for your face and marketing towards your face. So please don't use it. This is a good one because it's super gentle. The beads are soft. They kind of dissolve, but not fully, so that they can still exfoliate, but they don't rip your skin. Okay, just be careful with that when looking for an exfoliator. So that's the one I really like. So now we're gonna go to chemical exfoliators. Chemical exfoliators are gonna use usually acids to remove buildup from your face. I go back and forth. I like both. Depending on your skin type, you might only like one or the other. I like both. So for my physical exfoliator, I use my Milk Mask. This is from Seint. So you just put this on. It feels like a cleanser or mask. It's just really soft and creamy. Leave it on for 5 minutes and then you just take it off. So it feels really nice and gentle, but it helps remove those dead skin cells and everything. But like my husband, he doesn't like this as much as like a gritty feeling. He doesn't use this one, but he doesn't like he likes the gritty feeling. He's got that thicker skin. He doesn't really have a true skincare routine. He moisturizes sometimes and he cleanses his face because I leave it in the shower. But in terms of exfoliating, he likes the grit. So a lot of people will like more of a grit. Some people will like more of the softness of a chemical exfoliator. AHAs, BHAs also help remove layers of skin. That's for a different time. I'm not going to get into skincare fully just now, but just make sure you're exfoliating 1 to 2 times a week, either with a chemical exfoliator or a physical exfoliator. Again, I'll link both of those at the bottom. So now, last thing is your body. Most people don't think to exfoliate their body. You think you're using a loofah, you're using, soap, you're exfoliating, you're fine. And that is true. However, if you want your skin to feel like a fresh newborn baby, exfoliate it. And I have found that Epsom salts, just from the grocery store, are the best exfoliator. They feel so good. Every time I do it, my husband comments on how nice my skin feels. I do it on my hands. I do it my full body. So all I do, I don't have any down here. I don't have any here, but literally just any Epsom salt. So I like the eucalyptus. I think it's eucalyptus mint or something like that is the scent I like, but there's like lavender scents. There's unscented. There's all kinds. I keep it in a big, huge, like not mason jar, but a big, huge glass jar underneath my counter in my bathroom. And then I have just like a little cup. I scoop that cup out of there, and I probably do this maybe once a month. I don't do it very often. So when you put it in your hand, when you get it wet, it's gonna dissolve. So while I'm in the shower, I put some in my hand, I rub it on, and then I just rub it all over my entire body. Arms, legs, feet, everything. Run it through, and then I wash it all off afterwards because it does create a little bit of an oil feeling. And that's how you exfoliate your body. It's so easy, but you can't do it in the bath because they'll dissolve. So you have to do it in the shower. So it is kind of a game, but no more than shaving your legs. Shaving your legs helps exfoliate too, but you don't shave probably your whole body, so you want to exfoliate everything, and it just feels so good. Follow with lotion. You always want to make sure you follow with moisturizer after you're exfoliating because it can be a little bit harsh and drying, even on your face. You can't really moisturize your scalp like that. If you do have really dry scalp, you can use like an oil or something on your scalp to help moisturize it afterwards, but this just helps balance out your scalp and balance the amount of oil production that you have. So hopefully that was helpful. This is something I get questions on all the time. I know I get a little winded talking about scalp health, but it's just so important, and I think people don't think about it. There was a Pantene commercial a few years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that. And it was like, we've been working at the wrong end of hair, the wrong end. And they're all looking at their split ends. It's like the wrong end of hair. And then they're talking about a healthy scalp. And that was correct. Just Pantene was not the correct answer to that problem. However, focus on scalp health. It will seriously change so much of your hair. You need to take care of your hair, obviously, but focus on your scalp health, especially changing of seasons. If you have dry scalp, a lot of my clients think they have dandruff. They don't. Dandruff is really like thick, and honestly, you have to go to a doctor for dandruff. Like you have to get a medicated shampoo in order to get rid of it. But dandruff is very thick. It's overproduction of oil. So it's not flakiness like people think. Flakiness is 99.9% of the time dry skin or product buildup. So you just have to exfoliate it out. That's all you have to do. And this will do that. Thank you for being here. I'm done now. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. And until next time, see you later.